Everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Hey, there's no car in the shop. You know why? Because the part we need to fix is on the ground. It is a drive shaft. Drive shaft is off of my wife's 2010 Nissan Rogue. Earlier this year, I guess after the winter, it started making this weird sound. It was like ee, 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 and it was vibrating. So I'm like, just let me look at it. It had, I think, 200,000 miles at that time. This is well after the CVT replacement, about 15,000 miles after that. And well, I'm like, first thing, like, let's just check the U-joints. Well, let's check the U-joints, yeah. So this is the shaft off of the car. This was the problem. Looks like a U-joint. I don't think it's supposed to do that. The yokes were actually rubbing on each other, and it's driving like this. The bearings in there are completely destroyed. There's nothing left of the bearings, like the cap is just cracked. I'm a little ashamed to say that, I let my wife drive the car until it got this bad. I'm like, oh, it's just a little squeak, no big deal. She's like, it's vibrating really bad. And I took it out, I'm like, yeah, something's definitely wrong. So I just took the drive shaft off. She's been driving all summer in front wheel drive, so that's good to know for your Nissan Rogue. Just take off the drive shaft, it becomes a front wheel drive Nissan Rogue. You get better mileage, runs super quiet and smooth. But winter's coming, so I'm like, you know what? Let's get this shaft fixed up. The only problem is it has staked in U-joints. Yep, they want you to replace the whole shaft just because the U-joints wore out. So by staked in, I mean they don't have clips or anything holding them in. The metal is actually, staked to keep the cap in there on both the yoke, the drive shaft yoke and the flange. So that's kind of a pain for a DIYer. And this joint also has some play. It's just loose, it's not completely destroyed yet. You can see it's been laying here for a little bit. I did some research. Went on eBay, typed in Nissan Rogue U-joint. Something came up. You got this guy, kind of a no-name brand, but it's a U-joint with some clips, and they said it fits. There it is. Boom. Did a little more digging. Some cross-referencing, got the calipers out, measured the dimensions. Found Moog U-joints that cross over. It's also a Spicer part number. It says 5171X, not Spicer product. And they're the same dimensions as the one I got off of eBay. And these are greasable, which is nice. You have a hole there and a hole in the end cap, so you can choose whichever one you want to use as a grease port. It comes with, the Zerk and a little plug for the one that you're not going to use. And I got like 4 U-joints because, well, I'm going to try to fix it. A new drive shaft, a Reman one, I think you can get one from Dorman. It's like $400. You can get one from the dealer for like $1,000. Or you can pay 20, 30, or 40 bucks for a few U-joints, and we're going to try to make it work. I think it'll be fun. I've never replaced a stake U-joint myself. The only experience I've had with staked in U-joints is actually on my old Mazda MPV van. It started vibrating like crazy, I don't know, like 10 years ago, and I found the rear U-joint was a little tight. So I took it to our drive shaft shop, and they looked at it. They're like, "Oh, I don't know if we can help you." Then they looked up the dimensions, and they actually had a U-joint in stock that fit. They put it in. It's greasable, works perfect. So it can definitely work if you do it right. The key here is getting it perfectly, centered. So you don't want the yoke to be offset because then the shaft will be out of balance. So once you get the old joints off and you put the new ones in, you want to make sure the caps are exactly where the old ones used to be in the in the yokes. So what tools are we going to use? We got a press right here. We could just try pressing them out. I think they should go right in. Then we'll clean up the actual face, get these little burrs out of the way where they stake the old ones in, and I don't know, try to make this thing work. Before you start, mark the flange and the shaft with a marker, because it is important to get that orientation right. And then same on this part here. I mean, ideally these flanges should be symmetrical, but you know, they did factory balance these shafts assembled like this, so we want to put it together as close as possible to factory spec. So we're gonna do a little prep work, set up the press, hopefully get these old joints out. All right, here's step one. So whenever you're using a press, keep in mind where are the forces going. So I have a 14mm Harbor Freight 1/2 inch impact socket here, which fits right on top of the cap. And then this side of the flange is being supported by, you know, this metal piece here. So we want to basically get the joint moving. We want to push this cap down, it'll push in the joint, and it'll push the other cap. Hopefully it'll start going that way. It'll only move a little bit until it hits this, but we just want to get it moving first. Put some safety glasses on for you guys. Let's give it a whirl. Whoa. Okay. That's good. Think that's good? Yeah. So we got it started. Let's see how far we got. I pressed my socket into the flange. That's not good. But that cup is out. Coming right out of the flange. Perfect. So now we should. It's actually too easy. That 14 is a little tighter fit than I thought it would be. Probably got trapped by those. Yeah, perfect. So you can see how far that cap went in. Awesome. All we have to do now is continue the process. Let's see. How far do we want to push this guy? I mean, that cap's almost out. That guy still has a lot of room. So we want to support this side of the flange now with room for the cup to go through. So even a big socket would do the trick. Let me try to find one. Alright, step two. Big 27mm socket supporting the bottom of the flange here, so it'll accept the cup that's being pressed out. And up here, just a small 15mm 3/8 inch to keep that cup going down. And watch out for shards. This cup is completely destroyed. Let's release a little bit, see where we are. Okay. So that cup is free. You can see the remains of it. And how far do we get with this guy? Oh. Dang. That's silly. So what happened on this side is that cup was so destroyed that I actually got pressed and that broke. And there's the actual cap that got stuck in the socket. So what do we do from here? I mean, we can just kind of take the pieces out. This thing is completely destroyed. I mean, this cup is just sitting here, the remains of it. Anyways, it is moving. Oh man. Let's see if I can grab some pliers and just get it out of there. So this is all brittle metal designed to ride on roller bearings, and if the bearings aren't there, then the metal gets kind of messed up. Alright, a couple minutes later, we got the flange off, and here's the kibbles and bits from the caps completely shot. Here's the rest of our U-joint. So this part is really bad. The other part still seems to be turning, but obviously we need to press that guy out as well. So let's do the same procedure. Alright, here we go. Let's get the joint started first. Yep, there it goes. It'll go easy until it hits the plate down there. Release. Take that guy out. And we'll reset this on a 27mm. Now there's a little problem here. See, the shaft is tilted up. We want it to be flat so we can take some boards and whoa. We want to support this carrier bearing here. You could even take some boards and stack them up under the shaft, so just so it's flat and it's perpendicular to the shaft pressing down. So the next issue is the joint itself. As you're pressing this way, so we pressed on this cap, you actually see light through there. So this is out of the yoke. However, you can see the U-joint is butting up against this side of the yoke now. And this cap is not all the way out. What do you do? Well, what I want to do is, first, so basically this cap is as far out as it's going to go right now. What I want to do is support the joint from, let's see here, what do we want to support it from? Basically get this cap, the only way this is going to come out is out this way, not in. So what we want to do is support the shaft this way by these ears and press the yoke down and have a little cup here, and this cup will rise up to, you know, about the level of that guy, and hopefully we can get this spider out and finally get the caps out whichever way we can, either press them down or whatever. Alright, step 3, got some shims supporting these sides of the spider, and we're going to press down with a big 27mm socket to get this cap back up all the way through and out that way. So this joint will, the spider will come up to that ear of the yoke. Should go pretty easy since it already made it one way. The hard part will be when, well, first we don't want the shaft to hit the plates here, so watch out for that. You have to reposition a little bit. So the little hang up there was actually the top cap pushing past those stakes. But now we should be free on both sides. Set you guys up on a tripod. I know everyone likes clear, still pictures. So I don't know if we can get this spider out of here now. The caps are still in the way. And you can't take this out without removing the caps. And we've pushed it up all the way as far as it'll go, and down all the way as far as it'll go. So the only thing left to do here is grab the caps with something and try to muscle them out of there. Unless we can reposition this guy so it pushes on the edge of a cap instead of in the middle. Guess we could try that. Guess we could try that. That's pushing on the edge of the cap, and then, but I don't think that'll work because it really doesn't want to push on the edge of the cap. It'll just go right in the middle. You can see why these U-joints are not meant to be replaced. However, I think we can still manage or shove a pry bar right through here to keep that spider that way. It doesn't want to move, and then we can continue our pressing operation. The same setup as before, but now the spider is pushing on the lip of the cap. Not ideal, I know, but you just want to get these caps out of here. They're not in there all that tight. Let's see, move this guy forward a tad. Let's see. I'll be jiggered. There's the cap. Boom, out. Same with the other side. So all we need to do is flip the shaft over without dropping it. Same setup. Well, see, now the spider is out, but we still want to use it. Like so. Get the other cap out of there. You know, might as well use it before I throw it away. Let's look this. Okay. Reset a little bit here, making sure these things are in place. That's in place. That's in place. Okay. We don't have that far to go. Beautiful. There goes my cap. And we're out. One Nissan Rogue U-joint extracted. So that still has had some grease on there. Actually, this side is pretty messed up too. These guys are completely destroyed. Okay. Let's set up the new one.